One of the all-time best video game names was a PS3 game called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars. Today we are looking at the sequel to that game. This is Rocket League for the PS4 and PC. This is basically, you can describe this game in 2 words: car soccer. There you go. In fact, they should have just called it soccer. Right?
Yes,
Talk about a missed opportunity for a name. This is soccer played with a giant oversized ball and cars on a field. And you can play it split screen, you can play it online multiplayer, you can play against the computer. It is nothing more than that. It is soccer with cars. There's not a lot of other modes or stuff going on here, but it is kind of joyous.
It is the simplest idea for a video game, and yet these guys have pulled it off so well. You know, I am not usually a multiplayer only guy. This is a game that it teaches you the basics, you get going. I'm awful at it, and I do feel bad for the people that I'm playing with, and I'm just chasing the ball around. But the minute you actually score, when you actually pull it off, when you flip at the right time, it is so awesome.
This is a sports game. For its wacky premise, it is very much a sports game. I can't think of any other sports game where scoring goals has been so much fun. When you rocket your car up in the air, twist in the air, and your back fender bumps the ball into the net, and then the net explodes. It is a feeling of such joy. This is one of those games where I'm like, I'm gonna just jump on and play a few games of Rocket League, and then it's 4 in the freaking morning, and I'm still playing the same game over. There's not a bunch of modes. There's not 4 or 5 different unique modes here. It is just car soccer.
It doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. I think that these guys have done an absolutely fabulous job. Right now this is I think a free PS4 download for this month. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, honestly, it's kind of made it worth it for me. This is one of those games because honestly, a lot of games they throw up there no one's buying this anymore. This just came out and it is utterly fabulous. It is what video games should be.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's pure
super fun. It is simple. It's hard. It's hard.
It takes a lot of practice. That's what I like about it, because you can play it for hours and hours and hours and hours like I have and still feel like you're improving, slowly improving. In fact, now when I play, I'll say to one of my buddies, you gotta play this Rocket League game, and they'll jump in. I'm like, oh man, you suck. There's not a ton of bells and whistles here. As you play through, you unlock different car bodies. They all perform the same. You unlock different car bodies, decals, antenna toppers, hats for your cars.
Yes.
I like wearing the horns. I like the horns and the Canadian flag of my car as my combination. But it's it's a very level playing field. All the cars respond, control the same. And I don't know, man. I just can't understand how something so simple. It kind of harkens back to the classic Nintendo games, the really old games where it was a very simple premise, very simple controls, but still so much fun, so much endless fun.
The stuff like the hats and the embellishments, I'm actually really glad that they don't really change too much and create an unbalanced playing field. I think that these guys, they've maxed out this premise, but it just works so well. And it's funny that you make the Nintendo comparison, because there's nothing to really complicate the fun here.
Exactly.
Literally, you hop in and I did the basic and then the advanced tutorial. Couldn't get the jumps going in the advanced tutorial. I'm just like, screw it. You know what? I'm just gonna go play on the fly, figure it out. Drive all over walls, fall, and but the minute I actually scored in a multiplayer match, even though it was awful, I can't even tell you how awful it was, I just felt like I accomplished something great.
This is a fantastic game that just takes the essence of fun and uncomplicates it. What are you going to give Rocket League?
8.5 out of 10 for me.
I'm right there with you, 8.5 for me.